Good morning, children. So, today we'll read chapter 3, working with tables. Okay. So, what is working with tables? A table is a database object which consists of rows and columns. It is used to store information in an organized. In MS Access, a table can have a maximum of 255 columns with unlimited rows. We cannot have two tables with the same name in a database. Already you have learned how to make table. Okay. Before creating a table, we should be clear about the fields that are required in it and define the types of data which would be stored in the corresponding field. Columns are known as your field in a table. It contains the similar type of data. So, what type of data it will store? The field names that we define should give a clear understanding about their contents. Just like whenever we are writing roll number. So, it gives the meaning that this column will contain the roll number of students. Suppose a name. So, it will contain only the name. So, it is essential to create a structure for a table before entering the data into it. Okay. So, what is data type? Data types are used to declare the fields of a table. A data type determines the type of data a particular field can accept. Once the data type is defined, we cannot enter different types of data in that column. Okay. If you try to do so, error message will be displayed. Clear? So, what are the data types available in MS Access? Okay. First one is text. It is used to store text or a combination of text and numbers that does not require calculations such as address, phone numbers, etc. Okay. That field we can declare it as your a character field or text field. It can store up to 255 characters maximum. Clear? Number stores numeric information that you can use for calculations. Number data type can store integer values as well as decimal values. Maximum size of a number field can be 16 bytes. Memo stores text and numbers up to 65,535 characters. It is used for descriptive fields. Date and time stores data type information like date of birth, date of joining, etc. The maximum size used by this data type is 8 bytes. Calculations related to dates can be done in this field type. Auto number generates a sequential number whenever a new record is added to a table. The value in the auto number field cannot be changed. It stores data as 4-byte values typically used in primary keys. Yes or no used at places where the field can have only one possible. Okay. Either yes, no, true, false. Okay. It can either be true, false or yes, no. For example, a human can either be a male or a female. Okay. OLE. This is used to embed an object created in another application such as Microsoft Word document, Microsoft Excel spreadsheet or PowerPoint presentation into the Access table. It stores up to 2 GB of data. Hyperlink stores up to 1 GB of data. You can store links to web pages, websites, sites or files or internet or LAN and sites or other files on your computer. Okay. Another one is your lookup wizard. It helps you to create a field whose values are chosen from the values in another table, query or list of values. By default, Access sets lookup fields to the number data type. Okay. Then attachment. New to the Office Access 2007 .scdb file means Access database files. You can attach images, spreadsheet files, documents, characters and other types of supported files to the records in your database. Much similar to the manner you attach files to the emails. Okay. So I'll show you how to create a table to set field properties, setting a primary key also. Okay, so let us come to the how can we give all this, use all this data type in our table. Okay, so this I have OpenOffice. I don't have MS Access with me. So, but OpenOffice I will show you database. Okay. So, create a new database. Click on next. Then click on finish. Then ask you for a database name. So, suppose I have given the database name as standard. Okay. So create table in design view. Let us go. Okay. Here 3 columns: field name, field type, and description. Okay. This description field is optional, but this field name and field type. Okay. So what is, suppose let us take a small table of student table what is given in your book. Suppose it is roll number. Okay. Roll number you can take it depends upon your data. Okay. If you want to, if only numeric data, you can declare it as number data, and if it is means combination of characters and numbers, you can take it as text. Okay. This varchar stands for variable characters. Okay. If you want, you can take it also fix. Okay. Here text fix. So you can make it fixed number of characters also. Next one is your name. Name is which type of data? Character type of data. So while setting a field, means while creating a field, you can see at the bottom of the screen some properties are there known as your field properties. Okay. So what are the properties you can set for the field? Entry required means if either you can do it yes or you can do it no. Okay. If you are doing it yes, okay, so you will find that means you cannot leave that field blank if you are making it yes. Okay. And if you cannot, if it is no, while entering the data, you can leave it blank. Okay, length. So default length it is given 50. If you want to set the length, you can set that. Suppose for name field, I want it to 30 characters. So I can make it 30. Okay. Default value means when the value will not be means available to you, you want that for that field, this type of data, this data will be entered. Okay. So like that. Suppose I want that whenever any name will be not available, the default will be copied. Okay. For name, no format is it is optional. Okay. Now let us go to another, that is your father's name. This will be also character type of data. Same. You can set the field properties here. Address. It is also combination of number and characters. So it is numeric data. Okay. Numeric, not alphanumeric data, when both the alphabets and numbers will be used. So it will be treated as characters because it cannot be used for any type of calculation. Okay. Then telephone number. Telephone number also we don't use it for calculation. If you are not used for calculation, but you want that numbers means the data will look like numbers, you can declare it as text. Okay. But you can enter numbers there, but internally it will be stored as your characters, means symbols. Okay, not as numbers. You cannot do any type of calculation on that. Date of birth. Okay. So it will be a which type of data? It will be a date type of data. Clear? Suppose are you Indian nationality? Okay, are you Indian? Suppose if Indian, then write yes, not. So in that y or n we want, yes or no. You can make it boolean. Okay, this yes, no data. Clear? And suppose you want a field here. Whenever we are making it is something numeric. Okay, suppose roll number, you can make it decimal also if you have a field. Okay, just like I want here mark field, so it can be decimal also if you want. You can decimal, but when you declare a field at decimal, here you have to set the properties how many places you want after the decimal pointer, otherwise it will truncate it. Okay, so suppose I want here 2 places after decimal, so I'll write here 2. Clear? So for decimal you have to give how many places you want after the decimal value. Okay, so decimal value, yes, no, date, and you can find that whenever you are clicking, the several data types are there, all we have discussed. Okay, so float also there, double is there, text. Okay, so whenever means when you need it, you can use it. Clear? So now how to set a primary key? You know that primary key is a field which contains unique data. No duplicate data can be entered in that field. Okay, so here you can say roll number is the field where duplicate data we cannot enter. So right click here, then go to primary key. Okay, so another thing, let us see date of birth. Suppose date of birth, whenever any date type of data comes, we enter it as DDMMYY. You can see the bottom of my screen here, format example, and it is light color, it is showing an example, that is DDMMYY. But if you don't want that format and you want some other format, you just click on here, field properties, and wait for some time. You can see different formats are available. Whatever format you want, you select it and then click on OK. So it will enter it also DDMMYY. It will convert it to this format. Okay. Now save this table. Suppose I am making it student. Okay. Then click on OK. So data type means type of data that field will contain. Yeah. Now close it. Student. You can see here the default value. What I told, that whenever data will not be, we have assigned a data to that field. If we will not enter any data, that data will be remain there. But if you want to change, we can do it also. Suppose I am doing roll number 1 here, and I want to change the name here, and the name will be suppose Manas. Okay, father's name. Address, suppose here anything you put. So date of birth. Suppose see, I am entering here one date. Okay, but it will change to the format what we have selected. Okay, you can see here automatically it will change. Indian, it will click, it is S. It will not click, then it is no. Okay, suppose I have clicked, not clicked here, and it will click, then math. Suppose I want 67.59, so I can enter decimal data. Clear? So similarly, you can see that this default value will come automatically when a new row will be added. If you want to keep, you keep that data. If you don't want, then you leave it. Okay. Suppose you can enter one address here. Telephone number, any number you can give. Okay. And suppose here I am entering, you say 23rd 11 2012, and you see it will convert to what format. Okay, because we have assigned that the data will be entered in this format. Clear? So if you click your Indian, if you are not click, then it's new. Okay, so mark, you can enter whole number also if you want, but this field declared as decimal, so it will take two places. We have set two places, so two decimal places it will take. Okay, so other data types we'll discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you all.